What's up, you fucking cowards? This is the 9th UTM Podcast. Last month took a bit of a dark turn as we talked about Triple X Tentacion and how much of a terrible person he is and how no one should ever cover him. But we also talked about remakes versus remasters, which was a pretty interesting one. So go check that out if either of those things appeal to you. Hopefully Triple X does not appeal to anyone that listens to this, because fuck that guy. Anyway, this month we're going to talk about better things. We're going to talk about a rap group that's been pretty close to our hearts collectively since they started, but recently we've had some different opinions about the dominant rap duo Run The Jewels, consisting of Killer Mike and LP. They've done so well now that they're appearing as music guests on like games and Gears of War and FIFA 18. And that's kind of struck a nerve with a few of us, so we'll be discussing about whether it's time for them to stop. We'll also be talking about the crazy stuff that's happening between PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and Fortnite Battle Royale. With the PUBG or Plunkbat, however you want to say it, their developer Bluehole posturing for legal action over Fortnite's rush to beat them to the consoles and take the crown as king of the Battle Royale games. Before we dive into both of those topics, we'll quickly go over the stuff that we've been putting up on upthemonitors.com recently. That's our website. I'm one of your hosts, Nathan, aka Peak for Them, and I'm joined by Connor Cass, aka Connor Sass69, Josh, aka IRL Meme, and Joe, aka Swag Joe Rice 666. How's everyone doing?
All right.
Cool. Glad we got that out of the way. What you'll be doing? Has anyone played? Josh, you played Blue Reflection yet? Is that out?
Yeah,
Blue
it came out
Reflection?
Friday.
Nice, because I wanted to cop it, but are you tired?
Nah.
Am I boring
Reflex.
you? Sorry.
It's a reflex, mate.
Yeah, how is it? I was gonna cop, but I've got too much to play. I might get it at some point.
Yeah, it's worth waiting for, I think.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's I've not played lots of it. Has some issues, but overall,
Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about like janky cutscenes or something.
it's just the transitions between like cutscenes and things and from the battle screen and stuff. It's like it's frustrating because it's a really pretty game, like, and they've gone so far out to do like visual stuff in the UI and things. So to see like them cut corners in some places like that, it just ruins it a bit. But it's fine from what I've played so far.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it once I've finished with Yakuza, probably. Yeah, did anyone else get it? Connor, did you get it?
Yeah, I finally played it this afternoon after having it for about 4 days.
Too many games to play. That's why.
Bloody work. I think I probably echoed a lot of the sentiments of Josh, but I just really like it just because it kind of really appeals to my taste. But yeah, it's
magic girls.
Hey, but it is, the issues are quite glaring sometimes.
Yeah. Well, still want to cop, it sounds like. I will get it at some point. Joe, I know what you've been playing because I keep playing it with you. It's Overwatch, and you won't stop playing it, so I don't need to ask you.
We're bloody good.
Not without Josh, we're not.
We've been playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds as well.
Yeah, we'll get onto that later. But so a lot of great quality content's been going up on the website, upthemonitors.com. But perhaps the most controversial one, I'd say, has been our definitive Kanye ranking.
Ooh.
Yeah, I say controversial because obviously we all ranked it individually and then we averaged it out. And 808 was top until fucking Mark Bloody Palmer ruined it. This guy, we'd all averaged ours out, and then he comes along and just, ugh.
No, 808 was like second and then went down to third, I think.
But it could have gone top, is what I'm saying.
Was it second? No, it was second.
No, it was first.
No,
it was top.
No, I think it was second. Yeezus was always first because everyone put it at like 2 or 1.
Okay, my next sentence is, I won't spoil what came out on top, but I do want to discuss it. But you've already done it, so
We don't need to check the website anymore.
Yeah, fuck it.
Jesus was
don't
number
look
one.
at
Connor,
but
you have such
something
a problem
else
with
went to the top.
spoilers.
But what was the bottom one, guys? Oh,
Ooh.
Everyone wants to know that one.
spoiled that too, because Connor said that we don't like the older records and the front
Fucking hell. Yeah, I was gonna say I want to discuss the ranking for a hot second because a lot of us ranked the same albums in pretty much exactly the same place.
I mean, yeah, I think like we had like the same kind of top four and bottom four, but like kind of just in like slightly different orders. So yeah, so kind of the same top, and that kind of there's a definite divide between newer and older on there.
Yeah, I think there was what was the one? I think excuse me. I think Graduation. Josh ranked it like really high. And
number one.
kind of like trashed it.
I didn't. I put it at like 5, I think.
Well, I say trashed it, but you put it quite far down compared to Josh. So
Or 7. I think it was 7.
Why was it like so far above the rest for you, Josh? I want to know because everyone else didn't put it there.
Because it shaped like the artistic careers of all my favorite rappers, pretty much. All of their sounds, like.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could say that for a lot of his albums, though, which is why we kind of wanted to do the ranking, I guess, because he's changed the face of music so many times. You know, as I was writing, obviously, I wrote about 808s because I love it. But when I was writing it, I was like, oh, yeah, this one changed the bloody music. And then I was like, wait, all of them did.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I've kind of half-assed this
I think
one.
you can definitely kind of say it more about 808s and Graduation kind of doing that than maybe his other albums.
Yeah, yes.
Like you kind of said, like half and half between these two, but kind of uses his catching up now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was did anyone place Watch the Throne at the bottom?
Everyone put it at number 6. Every single person.
Every single person.
That's crazy.
So there's Kanye albums we like less, but we don't like Jay-Z enough to put him any higher than that.
I just don't think anyone remembers that album besides the singles.
Yeah.
Was
I
that
remember
like
bloody Paris because they played it 10 times when I saw them.
was that like the first like? Well, it wasn't like surprise release, but it was the kind of first big kind of surprise thing, wasn't it? Because they worked on it in secret, and then they just put Otis out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a collaborative album coming like next week or whatever it was." I can't remember how long the window was.
Yeah, I remember reading about like they had it in a hotel room,
Locked up,
in a like briefcase, handcuffed to someone, and like just proper secretive. Yeah, but doesn't make it better than rank 6. So screw you. Yeah, Connor and Josh didn't really agree on the Kanye albums too much, but they do both agree that anime can have banging openings.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that went up.
Yeah, we finally bit the anime bullet.
Yeah, I think we're going balls deep on it now.
Bloody sucking the bullet, mate.
So many anime. Yeah, I'm glad to see that Sword Art Online Season 2 didn't make the cut because UTM would have been cancelled if it did that.
It was number 11, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Connie, you're about to spoil another list.
I was when I was like doing the stuff before the podcast, Em was watching Sword Art Online. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch Sword Art Online." I was like, "It better not be fucking season 2, because otherwise, I'm turning this shit off." But it's not. Luckily, it's season 1.
Season 3 and another one got announced today.
Oh really?
Finally, yeah.
Oh fucking hell!
Can't wait to watch that and be disappointed as usual. But
yeah, yeah. I mean, if I had time, I probably would have contributed with bloody Log Horizon's
Dead Abyss.
Purely for that cringy, catchy new metal vibe.
Yeah.
I fucking love it though. Oh, yeah, that's great. But out of those ones, what do you reckon? What would you recommend solely based on the theme alone? Come on,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
The number one song of the year.
I feel like none of us have seen it, but we know that show intimately at this point, thanks to Josh.
I only know it as the penguin waifu anime.
I don't even like it that much, to be quite honest.
The only reason I know about it is because Connor keeps misspelling it as Kuromono, friends.
I think.
Wait, didn't they release a fidget spinner?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've got it on pre-order, mate.
Oh my god.
God.
That's got to be an unboxing
It lights up and
video on
everything.
UTM.
So clearly,
That's going to be our first unboxing.
that is the anime banger. That is the one we would recommend for all our listeners out there.
We've all got to listen to that and watch Kimono Friends and pre-order the fidget spinner.
Yeah.
I kind of want it a lot. What else? Yeah, we fucking killed it with the rankings this month. We did the Kanye one. We also did the definitive ranking of musical performances in the latest season of Twin Peaks. Most of the episodes ended with a performance from real proper artists,
including the bloody 9 Inch Nails.
The bloody 9 Inch Nails, yeah, well-known ones like the 9 Inch Nails, Chromatics,
Moby's Bald Head.
Moby's Bald Head made an appearance as well, yeah. Eddie Vedder as well, but yes, some of them were phenomenal, like the one from David Lynch's son and Alex Hungtai, the Dirty Beaches guy. Rebecca Del Rio, who sang in Mulholland Drive also. And the Veils, which LP produced.
Yeah, LP produced that track. Yeah,
it's very LP. I mean, very. That was me and Joe and Em and Freya that did that. Obviously, they're not on the podcast. So, Joe, I'm gonna ask you which performance really stood out for you.
Trouble. Riley Lynch and Mr. Alex. Yeah, I just thought that was one of the coolest ones because it was a really good. First and foremost, it was just a really good scene that it was set to, and it set the tone wonderfully. It introduced one of the new major characters, and then also the song was cool as hell, and it was made specifically for the show, and we hadn't heard it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah. I think everything about it is just crafted for that moment in Twin Peaks, which makes it kind of perfect. They did the B-side to that. Obviously, they kind of released it as a 7-inch. I think the B-side to it, I think Mother's Gone or something like that it's called, or that might be that one. I don't know, but the B-side to it's fucking incredible as well. So if you got time, check that out. I was blown away by the Lissy one, Wild Wild West. I don't know why. It's not really my kind of.
She can't mime.
No, she can't. But that didn't matter to me. The performance was so energetic, and it was compared to fucking Chromatics, who were just standing there, and Yves Saint Laurent or whoever it was. What are they called?
The lead singer of Chromatics always looks like she's a little bit lost.
Yeah, I like that.
She performs like Dougie.
Yeah, the Lissy one fucking blew me away just because of the energy compared to all the other ones. She was really animated, and it felt like a proper live show that you'd see, in Twin Peaks kind of thing. It was nice.
Whoever's doing the bookings for that venue, they're bloody killing it.
Yeah, clearly. Oh, did you see on the bit the mad hip hop beat behind the part where Ike the Spike is planning his killing? That one is just a random YouTube.
Yeah, people found that afterwards. It was a type beat.
Yeah. It's like an old school type beat.
Yeah,
That's
old school New York hip hop type beat.
Yeah. But people are saying, how the fuck did that come to be on the show? Is David Lynch, searching on Google?
David Lynch personally found blunted beats.
Oh, did he actually?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were
I just thought it was funny because the name blunted
old school
beats.
type beat.
Maybe he's looking
David Lynch's history
for stuff to freestyle over in his spare time.
Getting to an age of his life where he's just I want to explore new avenues.
This is David Lynch, man.
Yeah. Oh god. All right, let's move on to the main topic. Run the Jewels. So they originally formed back in 2013. I think that was our second year at uni. I think all together. Like we were all at uni together.
I remember them releasing like a preview for it the year before because they were like making it initially as just an EP.
Yeah,
wasn't that before they were even called Run The Jewels though?
Yep.
They were just
they were just like working together on rap music, I think.
Yep. And then they went on tour together.
Yeah.
Because one of the first things to go on up the monitors is a Run The Jewels live review.
Who did that? Was that you?
Yeah.
No. What was the verdict?
Good band.
Good band.
Nice rap.
Killer Mike said, "Fuck Margaret Thatcher." It was great.
Oh yeah. I remember you telling me about that. That's tight. I guess they were working together, and then they kind of just vibed and decided to go from there as like a proper duo. It was exciting because they're both from different parts of America that have different styles and sounds when it comes to rap, but they gelled together so well. I think it's fair to say we all loved their first two albums, Run The Jewels and Run The Jewels 2. The first one kind of flew under the radar a little bit, but the second one is where they got like loads of
love and
critical
attention.
acclaim. Yeah. I think didn't NME like cover them as well, and then kind of like trying to be cool with kids, putting BoJack Horseman on the cover of their magazine.
That was for Foles, wasn't it?
That was it was. No, but in that time where NME were like having a bit of a identity crisis, they were covering them like that kind of
because they're one of those rap groups like you kind of hear people who don't really like rap talk about now.
And I think it's come from stuff like that, NME. But from I think it was from that second album and that kind of NME coverage and that kind of level of coverage, just widespread. They've had a lot of like commercial links with other things. Like they had a few tie-ins with Marvel comics.
Was that tie-ins? I think that was just Marvel just being really dick riding them, more or less.
Well, yeah, but they're featured in. I think it was multiple. There was like a Howard the Duck thing with the. To
be fair, I think they did it with lots of hip hop albums as well. But Run The Jewels was like more so than anyone else. I think.
I'm pretty sure they were in it like many multiples of times, like in different ones. But yeah, it's gone further than that. They've been fucking playable characters in Gears of War 4, which is absolutely ridiculous to me, to be honest. Never expected that. And now recently they've had a track debuted on FIFA 18, and there's even a Run The Jewels kit in the game, like with the logos and stuff. Yeah, which is tight, but also kind of like 2 versus 11. Killer Mike and LP versus Real Madrid.
And they'd probably kill it.
I don't know, they're both a bit big.
Yeah, I don't think they have the stamina to...
Mike can go L bloody...
doing everything else.
Yeah.
Which is,
shooting 3-pointers.
Anyway, they've achieved all this, phenomenal success, and they fully deserve the attention and the praise. But all of that work they've been putting in. But I mean, what I want to discuss is it time for them to stop? Have they reached their kind of zenith now? Because once from how they started, very organic, very natural, just doing something for fun, and now it's got to this point where it's just major success on a kind of unprecedented level.
I mean,
is it gonna kind of suffer in our eyes personally?
I mean, I don't mind them doing this because they've been both of them have been making music and working so hard for years now. Like, now they've got a chance to get lots of success. Why not go for it? Make some money and shit.
Getting money, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been underground like legends for over 10 years. LP, I know, like his first project was in the 90s. When he was with Company Flow and everything.
Flow,
yeah. And he always got the critical acclaim, but he never really
well, underground kind of acclaim.
Yeah, he never got the attention he deserved. And then with when he and Killer Mike came together, they started getting the attention both of them deserved. But I just feel like there's diminishing returns.
Not financially.
No, obviously not.
How do you mean then?
Diminishing returns with the music, because I'm sure like everyone, I saw the reviews for like Run the Jewels 3, and there was loads of people that were just like, yeah, just as good as the last one. And I don't remember that album at all.
I think they're wrong. I think it's better, but
yeah, but with the Kanye ranking, we established that you were wrong, Josh.
Wait, what? Say that again.
With the Kanye ranking, we established that Josh is wrong.
Oh
no! Wow,
I'm actually the rightest.
Oh god, I can't believe I'm
kidding, by the way.
That. Disgusting.
Connor's kidding. It's okay.
No,
Kill Connor Cass.
But you mean like diminishing returns in that they're because that kind of what they've been doing is become successful. They're doing the same thing, and it's not really artistically.
Well, I just think like they've lost their punch. Like the first time you hear that first record, it was like, whoa, because it's just like 30 minutes long, straight to the point, 10 tracks. Every track is like really like straightforward, barely any hooks or anything. Like except for when there was hooks, they were like rapped hooks. And then with the second one, they started doing like a bit more experimentation, and it was like sometimes the songs were even better. Like I think the singles for that one were probably a lot better.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But as a whole, I still like the first one more.
Yeah, the first one's still my favorite thing.
And then with the third one, they started kind of. It's a longer album, and they do a bit more with like hooks and shit. And I don't think they're particularly good at hooks. Like there's a lot of weird kind of things that just fall flat on it, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree. Another thing for me is I feel like since the second one, people really kind of reacted to like them being like deep in political and shit, but the violent kind of side of them, I feel like they've been playing up to that a little bit too much.
Yeah, that was kind of my like it's funny to hear LP say he'll shit on your kids. Like undoubtedly
running backwards through a field of dicks.
Through a field of dicks, yeah. That stuff is hilarious, but like I mean I feel if you keep kind of playing up to that, it does get a bit tired. And I think that goes for just essentially the whole of what they've been doing. It's just they're playing up to it, it feels now, and I'm not as invested as I was, because I thought these two are innovators. I feel they could do new stuff and it'd be like, wow, this is they're artistically they're top of their game. So for them to keep doing the same thing, I mean, it's working and they're getting money for it and success and whatnot, but I feel like artistically they're capable of a lot more.
Yeah, I think LP has kind of like made it known that he's like kind of had a career off of always doing something a bit different. I mean, his 3 solo albums, 3 studio albums anyway, because I know that he has like a jazz album as well. They're all remarkably different. Like and he was also in a bunch of other groups. He was in a group called the Weathermen with like Aesop Rock and Cage and a bunch of other rappers. He was
got a bloody LP historian over it.
Yeah, he was doing production for a bunch of rock bands as well.
Bloody LP's dad.
Like the Veils. Like he did that recently.
Yeah.
And what's his face? Zach De La Rocca.
Zach De La Rocca. Yeah.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
You don't sound too happy about that.
Yeah, I remember when that first got announced, and it was like, oh, Trent Reznor's producing half of it, LP's producing the other half. That never happened.
But it's still by Zach De La Rocca anyway, so...
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel kind of...
Do you feel like it's a good time to stop, though? After this whole, whatever...
It's selfish for me to say, oh, they should stop, because they're doing really well for themselves, so...
Yeah, we've established that they're doing well for themselves and that they deserve that, but, I mean, for you personally, that's what I'm asking.
I want a new LP solo album, and I don't think that's going to happen until Run the Jewels is over.
that's my next point that I was going to touch on, an LP solo album, because like you just said, he's released 3, studio albums that are drastically different, but all of them are as tight as the last one. And I feel like I feel like it's really about time for him to do another one.
I would only want one.
I would really like to hear one
if he did something drastically different from Run The Jewels. Because if it's just going to be a Run The Jewels album without Killer Mike, then what's the point? Like, I'd just like to hear Killer Mike still. So
well, that's what I'm kind of implying with LP doing a new. Because I think it's a given that if he does another solo album, it's not going to be the same as what he's doing with.
That's true, and also on Run The Jewels, a lot of songs he works with someone.
A lot what? Sorry.
On a lot of the Run The Jewels songs, he actually works with another guy, like producing.
Oh right.
Lil Shamala or something like that.
Well, he co-produced a lot of Cancer for Cure.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Which is my favorite LP album.
Wow, Nathan's now proving that he's wrong.
Always with the unpopular opinion on best album.
I can't pick a best album. I like them all about the same.
What do you reckon, Josh? You want him to stop? You want him to just get some money?
Yeah, I think what we've got here is a classic case of winner's syndrome, where the artist gets so big and they're at a certain point, it's just like everyone's like, you know what? You're not allowed to be that big. You're not allowed to be that successful. You got to get down and make what you made before, because this shit doesn't fly. Like,
I 100% agree with that, but also at the same time, I'll get an email. Yeah, but I'll get an email from them. No, I want them to do well, but then I'll get an email from them because I'm like, their mailing list or whatever. Yeah. And then it will be like, our new Rick and Morty collaboration is out now. I'm just
that's the one thing Joe doesn't want.
You don't have to buy it. It's like DLC, mate. It's Run The Jewels DLC. You don't have to buy it.
Oh, does that come with Gears of War?
Run The Jewels bikini DLC.
Oh, nice.
Sign me up.
Swimsuit.
No, I mean, I fully accept that we're all being little bitches about it. Saying, oh, you've got too big and doing this and that, but I mean, you can see where we're coming from though, right? With the whole, we want them to innovate rather than do the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. But also, LP could release a solo album and it could be complete ass. He could have completely forgotten how to make songs on his own.
He'd be like, oh, where's my friend?
How do I make a song
in the studio?
He's just gonna
rap spaghetti everywhere.
He's just gonna rap a verse and just like leave half the song like empty because he's forgot to. He's like, oh shit, Killer Mike isn't here.
Then make a voice note on the album track. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put the drums in here. My bad. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I need Mike back.
Come bloody see now.
That's the point for me. Killer Mike isn't really a production guy anyway.
No, he raps.
So that's the thing. Like, he's not influencing the music. Well, he probably is in some respect, but like not heavily. I was gonna say. Ooh. So
is your dad putting up shelves?
That's insane. I'm not.
Someone's dad's putting up shelves.
My dad's drinking wine.
Oh, carry on.
So I'm just not sure. Like, even though I think they need a break rather than to stop, but I'm not sure a LP solo album would be something that would just be so like it's so needed in comparison to another Run The Jewels album, I guess.
Killer Mike and Hatsune Miku collaboration album. Now that's a different story.
Yeah,
that's tight.
Yeah, I want to know what Killer Mike. To be fair, I'd want to know what Killer Mike would do.
Oh, if there's anything like his opera collab.
We doing opera, ho.
Because he's like, what would he do now?
I think he'd go around just featuring on a bunch of tracks, maybe, like off the back of
like he does now.
The Jewels' success. Well, yeah.
I mean, run for president.
I don't know. He might not. If Run The Jewels ends and Outkast aren't around, he's out of a job.
he's got a shop, in it.
True.
He's got a shop in like a stadium, a football stadium or something.
And he's Bernie Sanders' professional friend.
There we go.
Professional friend.
Yeah,
you get paid for that.
He gets some nice
Bernie
stock
dollars.
options.
Bernie dollars.
I just want to say, I love Killer Mike. Can we stop being mean to him?
No, what I was going to say is that LP could, if they did stop at whatever point. LP could go off and do another solo album, and I'd be excited for that. And I think a lot of people would. But Killer Mike could go off and do something absolutely unrelated to music and just kill it doing that. He's got so many different, fingers in different pies, and running businesses and the political side of things as well. He could even go around doing like what Lil B's done for a while, like going to universities and speaking there, and he could make a difference doing that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, maybe he couldn't. Maybe his whole album, maybe musically it wouldn't work, but he could do a lot of stuff and still be influential that way. So less being mean to Killer Mike. There you go.
But just the thing, since his last solo album, like Atlanta's probably changed a lot.
Yeah.
The music scene, like I'm not sure who he'd work with, because even his last solo album was LP produced.
Yeah, yeah. I think musically he's gonna struggle without L more than the other way around. But he could put some stuff out.
if you remember the story behind like rap music, LP went into the studio with him to record like a couple of things, and then Killer Mike was basically like, "You need to produce the whole album," and LP was like, "No." And he had to like basically beg for him to come back, and eventually it worked all out. So
didn't L like really hate that he let Big Beast stay on that album because he wanted it all for himself?
Yes, he really wanted that beat for himself.
Nah, that beat is perfect for Killer Mike, not LP solo.
That is all Killer Mike right there.
Bloody T.I.
T.I.'s sick. I love that guy.
Nah, get Lakutis on it, mate.
Get bloody Macklemore on it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, does it not kind of irk you? I know it's kind of childish and lame, but does it not irk you that they're, debuting tracks on FIFA 18?
No, because
if I could do that, I would.
Yeah,
I would too. I would too, but it still irks me.
I'd put Miku singing Run The Jewels on FIFA 18.
It makes me think of dudes with like, little gem haircuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but this is...
I don't want to associate that stuff
exactly,
with that.
this is what I'm saying. This is you being like, oh, I don't want these people enjoying this thing that I like. That's exactly what it is.
No, it's not. They can enjoy it. That's fine. I just don't want to think about their stupid little fucking haircuts while I listen to
Well,
Run
that
The
sounds like a
Jewels.
personal problem, to be quite honest.
It is. But that's what I'm saying. It's a personal problem for me.
But I feel like I'm past caring at that point, though, because the Rick and Morty thing was the thing that turned me away.
Oh god.
Isn't this what FIFA's always kind of done? They just kind of put like music, like modern music shit. Like this soundtrack is bloody The National and Perfume Genius songs on it.
It's got Portugal the Man as well.
Yeah.
But they just pick trendy music, basically.
Yeah, that's what they do. Like
fucking Coachella music.
It's not
trendy
really...
top man music.
And you're like this time next year, like your bloody football shirt wearing friends and be like, oh, you heard a Run The Jewels, and then like they're gonna sing Kasabian later.
Hey,
where's Clubfoot, man? Why isn't that on every FIFA soundtrack?
Oh, I don't think even football fans like Kasabian anymore. It was on every fucking football ad ever. Yeah, I don't know. It's a personal problem for me. I don't want to think about these fucking idiots. But I mean, I do want to see something fresh. That's pretty much all I'm saying at the end of the day. I just want some new stuff from
about
them.
Their popularity. When I watched their Glastonbury set like on the iPlayer earlier this year, and kind of it was really like nice to see like how like taken aback they kind of were by like their really big crowd and like the just big support they had.
Yeah,
and like I don't want them to have to stop just because we're being little bitch boys about
They're
it.
not going to have to stop.
I'm not saying.
Oh,
like...
bloody hell! UTM are saying that we should probably stop about now. We got to stop now.
I feel like maybe they just need to take a little bit longer in the next record. That's probably
definitely.
it.
I think the third record was rushed out.
Yeah, I think 3 they kind of rushed out just to kind of keep up the momentum. But it doesn't necessarily sound rushed or anything. But it's not as full of ideas as the second one.
I think it's just bloated, that one, too much.
Yeah, but you like everything to be 20 minutes.
No.
Because
no.
you bloody anime boy.
No. I make a point, and then Joe is like, "You are stupid, Connor."
That's not what I said. I said that you are impatient. Which actually, if anything, that makes you smarter because that means you get shit done. Oh wait,
it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I realised the flaw in that. I was trying to compliment you, but now I just sound like a dick.
Big meanie.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, let's move on from that.
Run the Jewels handbra coming soon.
What?
Run the Jewels handbra coming soon. You wanted something fresh, we're giving it to you.
Fuck the swimsuit DLC.
But nah, as a last note, I just want to say I'm stoked for them to be so huge, and they both fucking deserve it. They've both worked very hard to get to where they are.
If anything, this might lead to more, opportunities for LP in the future with producing weird shit.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool. Anyway, moving on to the video game side of things. You might have noticed on our website there has been a 100% increase in anime titties.
Oh no!
And that's because we've been playing Senna and Kagura Peach Beach Splash. Now, this started as a semi-joke for us all, I think it's fair to say, to pre-order it. Josh mentioned it, and it was like, oh, that's funny. But is he doing it? I want to do it too. And we all got kind of serious. And then Josh joked about not buying it, which made Connor have a panic attack.
I had so many stressful days with that.
Josh, you have fucked with his mind on a weekly basis since then.
Oh man!
But no, we all got it, and we decided to make a video of our sort of initial reaction and playing it for the first time, which went pretty well. There was a lot of footage, but those games, the Senna and Kagura games, it revolves around a bunch of female ninjas, high school ninjas. I don't really know if there's a shinobi. Yeah, there you go. It's not really kind of like a central plot.
It's kind of
any, but I mean,
not on this one. No, not really. It's just
yeah. But it's a third-person water gun shooter, and I think
it's the sequel to Vanquish, mate.
Sure, why not? I think it's actually a lot of fun once you get past, feeling a bit weird about high school girls blasting each other's clothes off. The bloody the squirmy finishes. In that video, there's a bit where that made me feel disgusted inside. Joe shouting, "How do I squirmy finish him?" And I was like, "Oh god, this is disgusting."
I wish the squirmy finishes is not in that game.
You've got to go for the face. It's a mercy killer. Me and Joe discovered this quickly.
Bro code.
Yeah, it's bro code, mate.
Yeah, bro code. Got him in the face. So you squirt. Yeah, you. It's a shooter, but you do kind of a finishing move of squirting the clothes off. Fuck that. Just squirt him in the face, and then it's clean.
Good, clean fun.
But when you're in a ranked game and it gets heated, ooh.
Oh yeah.
Better than saying the N-word though.
Oh yeah, fuck you, bye. But yeah, now that we've played it a bunch, what's everyone's verdict?
It's I guess it's just a fun game. It's not.
It is fun, isn't it?
It's hard to say anything more than that.
I feel like I spent £10 too much on it.
I feel like I
just
spent.
To clarify, Joe thinks it's worth £25.
Yes, I feel like that is a reasonable.
Too much on it.
You didn't want. You bought my copy.
Yeah.
So you don't want to buy me my copy.
No.
Is that what you're saying? Scumbag.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I think it's a good game, but the multiplayer is kind of not broken, just not well thought out. And I feel like not necessarily I got ripped off because I enjoyed my time with it. I just wish that it made me feel weird.
It made me feel weird too.
Let us squad up and ranked, marvelous. And then we might be able to get a 5v5 game. Yeah,
that would be tight. I would love to do that. Josh, you've actually, I think you're the only person here that's actually played another Senran Kagura game. Is it kind of like par for the course in being like a bit fan servicey, or is there...
Absolutely? Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yes.
Of it, very much.
Oh my god! If you think this one's creepy, wait until you see the one they're making for Switch.
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
That's Japan exclusive, so it's.
Yeah, but is it like more fan servicey than it is fun for you?
I bought the first one very cheaply for like £8, just because I saw it for £8. I was like, I'm gonna play this funny, stupid anime booby game. Because I didn't have much for my 3DS at the time, so it's fun. It's just like a typical side scroll beat 'em up kind of thing with a bit more fan servicey stuff, I guess. It's one because it's so like explicit and it doesn't try and hide anything. It's not something that I have an issue with. I have an issue with hidden fan service, is what I like to call it, where they're like, this is this really lovely like title, and then they're just like the panty showing. Just like, I don't want that. Like, fuck off. Like,
but when it's kind of self-aware,
when
you feel less...
which this game definitely is.
You know what? Like, I actually felt a bit more gross playing a little bit of Nier than I did playing Peach Splash, because there's a trophy for looking up the main character's skirt 10 times, and in the trophy they refer to it as her secret.
Yeah, that kind of freaks me out more. It's when you put it out there and you just talk about it, it's fine, and you show it, cool, it's very explicit. But yeah, when it's hidden like that, that's kind of like, ugh.
It's like Metal Gear Solid weird things where you could just hold down R1 in the cutscenes to
panties, yeah, there was a... Never mind that.
So it's just, with titties in games, just go all out or don't do it.
Go all out or no titties at all. That's what we're essentially saying.
Yeah, like Bayonetta. Just bloody go for it, mate.
Bayonetta's fine.
Yeah, that's probably about enough of that. I don't want to lose 100 subscribers.
Well, we'd have minus 90 subscribers or something if we did that.
Oh, all right.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, do that. We also put up a piece detailing Nintendo's unruly relationship with memes.
Oh, bloody heck.
Spawned by the Luigi dab in Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, also known as XCOM 3. Turns out Nintendo were fucking meme lords, and they kind of often acknowledge it with a wink and a nudge, but also sometimes it doesn't turn out well. And that happened in the, what was it, Paper Mario, I think, game?
It came out last year, which is...
where they
made a Watergate joke at a very bad time.
Yeah.
Bad timing, but I feel like fucking people shouldn't be that dumb to kind of not realise that it was about Watergate. But initially, it's terrible.
Most people
timing.
don't know what Watergate is now. It happened like 4 years ago. Like, everyone's doing history in schools. If you think that's a bad thing, then maybe, but...
No, it's like, you hear this gate, that gate all the time. Like, most people, I feel, know where it's from, at least.
I feel like
Watergate, I know what that is.
There's definitely one big gate in recent years that people probably come to mind with, though.
Yeah, Piggate, mate.
But I mean, you can't be like, oh, Nintendo, you fucks, like, and like really,
I mean,
get at them for it. It's just like, oh yeah, you've
just
up a bit on this one.
The Treehouse team seems a bit oblivious, because those are the guys that do all the localization stuff. Some
shitty practices in the past couple of years, so I think it's better to get on at them when the thing is, maybe it doesn't seem completely like
innocent.
That's not the word I was looking for, but
it's
not super like incriminating, but maybe it's like you're like, that's the kind of thing you're looking at, like maybe that shouldn't be there. It's better to get on them when they're at like that, rather than wait for it to get to something like the Tomodachi Life thing where they didn't let LGBT relationships happen or something. I can't remember what it was.
Is that the shitty practice you refer to?
Yeah, well, just they've got a lot of things. Like when I was writing that piece, like I was kind of talking more about the kind of back and forth relationship that they have with like their fans on like because they reference the IGN review of Pokemon, things like that. So like I thought that was a kind of a nice aspect of Nintendo, whereas in some areas like they're really bad with like their copyright striking on YouTube and stuff, and like getting rid of fan games and things like that.
Yeah.
Like it was nice to see that they at least have some sort of common kind of relationship with their fans and things like that. So yeah.
Damn, that turned from memes to something deeper.
From memes to
What's
dreams.
everyone's favourite Nintendo meme, guys?
Nintendo Wii U has no games.
Meme. I meant like from them. I don't think.
Well, I mean that kind of is their fault. So
isn't that like a meme for every console anyone's released
Pretty
ever, though?
much.
Yeah.
Xbox
PS3
One,
has no
Wii
games.
U.
It's still a meme, and that sold like over 100 million.
It's got Ni no Kuni, which I
PS2
still need to play.
It's got
PS2
games.
has no
Yeah.
games.
It's got game.
It's got game.
Yeah. I'm not really like a Nintendo fan anymore. So I'm not really like.
Nathan's an adult.
No, it's just I can't afford more than one console, and there's better ones than Nintendo consoles.
Like Xbox One.
Don't you mean the Xbox One X?
What a mouthful.
Yeah, they just call it the Xbox. That's the abbreviation for it.
Let's call it bloody Xbone X.
Xbone X. That's like a gamer tag though. XX Bone XX.
XX Bone.
Please
No.
don't XX bone me.
Oh, okay.
That sounds.
Whoops.
What's happening?
Anyway, fuck Nintendo. Me
Wow.
and Joe played. me and Joe played a game of Plug Bat for the first time in a very long time, and we thought it might be a good idea to record it, and it was. It was a lot of fun and kind of scary because we didn't. Usually, there's a lot going on in that game at some point, but we got through a lot of the game by kind of sneaking around, and we didn't see fucking anyone for a lot of the time. And turns out we actually fucking won.
Spoiler.
Even though, yeah, come on, that's not a spoiler. It says it in the title, episode 1, Winner Winner Chicken Dinner.
Well,
Title's a spoiler.
No, it's not it's not like a story, is it? It's just us playing a game.
It's a suspenseful narrative, mate, that I subscribe to, and I don't want the ending to be ruined.
It's my story, and I'll tell it how I like.
We filmed another one, which will be up on the site by the time this podcast goes live, I imagine.
Oh shit! Yeah, it will be. Very different.
Very
different. To
very
that first
different.
One. Yeah.
The first one we had water. The second one we did not have water. We had.
What do you mean?
Beers.
Oh. I thought you meant in the game. I was like, what water? What are you on
No,
about? Water guns?
We
Peach
were
Flash?
far less aware of our surroundings than the second one. Makes for a very different viewing experience.
I said and did a lot of dumb shit in that game.
Yep.
But that first one, I feel, was a great way to get back into it, I mean, I can't always play it because, I'm busy at work and then playing other games.
It's a bit more effort to kind of like sit down and, get together on it, I feel.
Yeah, and also, I mean, every time I play it, I'm kind of shit again because I have to remember, how to play. So it's kind of like, yeah, when you get to it. But it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I think I want to do more of them. What do you reckon, Joe?
Yeah.
Because I think this second video could turn out to be incredible. I don't know. What do you think? You're processing it right now, right?
Yeah, that's why you can hear it in the background. Yes.
So does that mean Peach Beach Splash episode 2?
Oh fucking hell! I mean, it was labeled episode 1, so.
Yeah, I think Peach Beach Splash episode 2. Time to take down Ezra.
Oh, don't take down Ezra. He's gonna make me his trophy wife. That's my life sorted out.
You're getting a bloody sugar daddy off of PBS.
I can believe that. That's exactly the kind of thing that happens.
Josh is getting some pretty personal messages on PlayStation from some of the top players on that game.
Some of the top, but the number one player.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Player. Oh god. Anyway, fucking yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff on the website. Quite a lot of video content, which I think is.
We're pivoting to video, guys.
Oh yeah, we're doing a bloody complex and everyone else that's in business. Pivot to video. I hate that phrase. What does it even mean?
It means we're gonna
like slowly turn around.
We're gonna fucking kill the paid views on our website at the expense of making poorly executed video content.
Josh sent that one so Joe doesn't, never get a job in that business again.
I don't know what you're talking about. When we pivot to, words again, could be bloody payday.
Mate.
Pivot back to words, mate.
Pivot back to
posts.
Let's pivot to
pivotsandposts.com.
Let's pivot to memes. That's what the people want now from their music websites.
I mean, I pivot to anime titties in my life, and ever since.
Oh god. How about I pivot this podcast to the right section?
Yeah, I think we should.
The last section, we are gonna talk about Plunkbat or PUBG or
PUBG.
PlayerUnknown's PUBG. Yeah, another popular one. Yeah, that's been in the news recently because there is another game vying for the crown of the battle royale genre. I don't think it's really a genre, but whatever. So Fortnite, a game that has been, I think, in development for like 6 years, so a very well established kind of base game. They're making a battle royale style game, and in their press material, I believe, and in interviews and whatnot, they've cited Plunkbat as, a model of what they're doing. And Bluehole, the people who develop Plunkbat, are not happy about it. They issued a statement saying Epic Games references PUBG in the promotion of Fortnite to their community and with the press. This was never discussed with us, and we don't feel that it's right. The PUBG community has and continues to provide evidence of the many similarities as we contemplate further action. So, pretty serious reaction. And I feel like that stems from the fact that Fortnite Battle Royale is gonna be free.
Yep.
Which Plunkbat is not. And 2, it's probably gonna beat Plunkbat to consoles, which is, a big deal.
Wait, it's free.
Is that?
Wait, it's gonna be free.
It's gonna be free, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell! That's changed everything I had to say on it.
Well, hold on. It's in early access at the minute, and you have to pay to get into early access. So that's how they're getting their dollar.
Yeah.
Before it goes free.
But
it is going to be free.
Essentially, yeah, it is going to be free.
Oh.
But yeah, so what's essentially happening? Because obviously, Plunkbat's had a bit of an issue with it going to consoles anyway. Before they were kind of stating, we're gonna go to consoles, and then it was like, oh no, we're gonna go to Xbox only, and that's I think at the start of next year. Yeah, I believe, and
don't want to sell any copies.
Yeah, Fortnite's gonna beat its consoles basically, and obviously you can imagine like with a battle royale game that everyone, not everyone wants to play on a PC. Maybe they don't own a PC, or they're just console gamers. But fucking Plunkbat is, I think, just the biggest game.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
year
Just,
for sure.
Yeah,
over 10 million sales. It passed Dota.
Past 12 now.
It passed Dota as the most concurrent players on Steam.
On Steam, yeah, ridiculous.
And that's crazy because Dota has, mad tournaments that people watch and there's prize money involved and shit. So that's how big a game it is. And obviously, if another game that does pretty much exactly the same thing, obviously there'll be differences with, pace and, weapons and stuff like that, how the game's played. But, the essential same thing. If that comes to consoles before Plunkbat, all the console players are going to be like, well, shit, I'm going to get this because I need it now. I need a Battle Royale game now. And then subsequently it might affect the sales of Plunkbat.
It's really shitty of Unreal, I think.
I mean...
Like, what they're doing isn't illegal, I don't think, at all, but...
No, it's not.
They've been developing Fortnite for 6 years, and when it kind of came out into early access, it was like a wet fart. It basically made no noise. It just fucking, like, it was a big hyped about thing. They announced it 5 years ago, and it's been in development hell for like 6 years or so, and now they put it out, and then they're like, well, it's not doing very well. Let's bloody... What's doing popular? What's doing numbers? What's doing popular? What's doing numbers? So they're probably looking at PUBG and being like, or Plunkbat, whatever you want to call it, and being like, hey, we should do this with our engine because we basically got the infrastructure there already. Let's just do that. And I feel like that's really shitty of them.
Yeah.
But what's really to stop them from doing that though? Like, it's not like a morality thing in games where it's like, oh well, we shouldn't do that.
Well, they're already making money from both. I think H1Z1, which is like the other big one. I don't know if that's the name or not.
King of the
H1. Yeah, that
H1Z1.
I'm pretty sure that runs on Unreal as well, and Plunkbat runs on Unreal as well. Yeah, which means that Epic get 5% of the sales of both of those games anyway.
Because they're owned by Unreal.
Yeah, because the engine is owned by Unreal. Yeah. So it's a licensing cost. Which means they're already making a lot of money off of it. But now they're just like looking at it being like, well, we could make 100% of the profits if we put out a game for free and make people buy cosmetic items.
You can definitely see why they do it though. Like,
I can see why they're doing it.
You can't blame them for seeing that gap in the market and just filling it, but it is shitty.
Well, there isn't a gap in the market though, is there really?
Well, for a console...
For the console, that gap was being filled, and then they're like, yeah, but we could fill it faster, which just screams, kind of shady,
you know how
I guess.
Impatient bloody millennials are?
Yeah.
Why are you just ragging on millennials on this podcast?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
He was making a reference to what we said earlier. Because I called him impatient. Because he's a bloody millennial.
I am.
Yeah, but I mean... I get that it's like, oh shit, well... That's kind of shitty because, Plunkbat was about to do this thing with the consoles and they've just nipped in. But, yeah, what's stopping them though? Like, there's no issue with, morality and stuff. It's a business. They're there to make money.
I think they need to put a bloody cake in their Bluehole, mate, is what they need to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Bluehole threatening legal action, essentially.
I mean, one thing I do get from that is them talking about PUBG and stuff while they're promoting this other game that's like it.
They're directly referencing it.
I don't blame Bluehole for feeling like weird about that because that is using someone else's product to like boost the sales of your own.
I guess we've got to see how it is first though, because the two major ones that are out now, like Plunkbat and H1 or whatever, they play quite differently because one of them's a lot faster paced and another than one. Plunkbat is very slow and kind of methodical or whatever. You can get around the map quite slowly. The other one you can bloody sprint like Alien or something really fast. So I guess we got to see how this one that Epic are making kind of plays, because if it plays with the kind of same pace, like the whole 20 to I think 30-ish minute games, then they have grounds to be like, hey, we're going to sue you. But if not, then it's just a different game in the same genre.
Well, can you imagine it actually being like that, considering, how the game looks? Fortnite is all cartoony, and I feel like the games aren't gonna be 30 minutes long because it's not kind of a. Do you know what I mean? Like cartoony, you'd imagine it being a bit quicker paced.
Yeah, probably like half the time or something.
Cartoony games are like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that is a rule.
But Plunkbat has the sense of realism, and it's kind of like, oh, you're dropped in there. It's like, if you were in the game running, that's how long it takes you to get over there and all of that stuff. I don't think it's going to be like similar like that, but I mean, it is essentially the same kind of game.
I just don't know if it's going to even capture the zeitgeist of,
But you could say that,
Battlegrounds.
Doesn't this happen with every genre? Like, when shooters started getting really big, there was just millions of different shooters that were all different in some way, but
every publisher had their own first-person shooter.
Yeah, everyone was making them because shit like COD and what was the other one?
It happens with every kind of big game, which is why I don't understand why they're so upset about it. Like, From Software didn't go look at Neo and be like, "You've just nicked our bloody game. We're suing you guys." Like,
it's. I mean, the other thing that gets me is the guy. What's his name? Something Green. I don't know. The PlayerUnknown guy. Yeah. Brendan Green, I think it is. Is it Green? I'm not sure. Brendan Summit. He worked on DayZ before this, and I think something before that, or in between that, which is kind of like a
prototype for Battlegrounds.
Yeah. So he's just been like kind of taking shit from other things as and when. So it's kind of, I don't know.
And also, if you think about it, like, this game is basically Battle Royale the game. Just finally someone has nailed the whole shrinking map aspect of it that is in the film.
Yeah.
And, the creators of the film could just come along and be like, hey, this is not okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
They're on the ground.
Fuck Hunger Games. Fuck everyone who's following the concept of our idea.
Basically, if the developers are on the grounds to be like, we're going to sue someone, then they're on the grounds to be sued themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I think it just feels really shitty because, Bluehole are kind of punching down because it's the biggest game this year. It's huge.
But also Epic have a lot more resources than they do.
True, but the success that PUBG's getting, it feels a bit, like...
They're not a tiny dev anymore,
no.
Basically, Bluehole.
Yeah. They're crying over spilt milk, essentially. It's like, well, you're still selling loads, you're still...
I don't know if I would call it punching down, though. It's more like flailing their arms around like helicopters.
They're trying to get other people away from them as well. Like, fuck off, stop trying to steal our game.
Throw you off course.
But I don't know. It doesn't sit well for me, personally. But having said that, I don't really care for this Fortnite Battle Royale.
Well, I mean, because it's going to be free and on consoles, I'm probably going to try it anyway.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm sure we'll all play it at some point. Yeah.
This might be a good gang game. There's a couple of months we'll have a UTM plays Fortnite.
And then we'll be having this exact conversation again.
To be fair, obviously, like I said before, not everyone has a PC, so I feel like it'd be really fun to play this game with, all of us.
Yeah.
Some of us don't
Bluehole,
have PCs.
what are you doing for fucking MacBook users, mate? That's the bastion of gaming.
Like, considering how popular this game is, and I know it's still technically in early access and everything, but it's like basically feature complete. It just doesn't have the other maps. It is very, very polished for a early access game, considering some of the other garbage that's been out there. I'm surprised that they're not rushing to put it out on both consoles sooner. But
well, that's the deal with the
Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft are just like they're going, here's some money,
and they were like, all right. And then they'd be like, oh no, you can't put our game on PS4 as well. No, not before we do it. You got to wait.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. Well, didn't Microsoft help out with the costs of some stuff?
Cost
they
supporting,
were on
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like under their wing kind of deal.
Yeah, Sony do that a lot with indie games.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is still an indie game. bizarrely.
So that's the kind of reason why there's this issue with the PS4? Or is it to do with the cross-platform stuff? Because that shit's bullshit anyway. Did you see recently? I don't know what game it was, but it accidentally went cross-platform.
Fortnite.
Oh, was it Fortnite? Oh, there you go. Accidentally went cross-platform.
Wait, how did that happen? What? How did that happen?
Someone must have pressed a switch by accident.
The PS4 switch.
Because the technology is there where you can have the cross-platform play like across consoles now, because it used to be like a very strict infrastructure. But basically, the platform holders can be like no or yes, and Sony were like no in this case. But then someone at Unreal fucked up.
Don't get him in the bloody White House, mate.
I think that's such a petty move, that though.
What do you mean?
I don't think that there should be.
Sony.
If crossplay is an issue with the plunk that stuff, I don't think they should be allowing crossplay for this game across PC and consoles. That would be the worst idea, because everyone on PC would have the best aiming.
It's not fair.
But yeah,
that's why Overwatch is different on PlayStation and PC.
Yeah, having played both versions, they feel completely different. Is insane.
I mean, I've heard so many different things about cross-platform and whose fault it is and why people aren't doing this and that. Just bloody get your act together, mate. That's what I say, and get some bloody battle royale games on the go. Don't
get on bloody Nintendo Switch, mate. Take PlayerUnknown's Battleground on the go.
You can't punish Xbox players because they bought an Xbox when they want to play a game with you, because I mean they're already suffering. They already bought an Xbox.
Do you think this will sell some bloody XX bones, mate?
Huh?
Do you think this will sell some XX bones?
Oh, the new Xbone X is
Xbox X.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they'd get sold anyway if most people don't have like 4K TV and stuff.
Yeah, because isn't the Xbox One X going to be quite expensive, I'd imagine?
Yeah. It is quite expensive. And I'm thinking, I don't know, is 4K TV gonna 4K TV is gonna be more affordable by then, and are people gonna be really into getting the the upgrades and shit? Is it really that big a difference for most people? No.
I think you're probably better off just waiting for whatever the next big jump is, because this seems all quite minuscule right now.
Connor, what the fuck is that noise?
It's a squeaking.
It sounds like he's popping a bottle of Kvass to me.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Only popping bottles on a Sunday.
Celebrating cross-platform never happening.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I've got the bloody Microsoft execs here.
Alright, we should probably wrap that up. We're about to go on a whole other conversation about consoles and power and 4K.
Yeah, we don't need to
that
get
for
into
another day.
But so, Bluehole, shut your bloody Bluehole.
Yeah, go shut hole, mate.
Bloody fuck capitalism.
Wow. Bloody commie, yeah.
Commie Con Man is back.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
We've got. I'm
these
so bad at finishing
the
these.
Worst ending.
I'm sorry. Well, do you want to do all the planning for it and end it and stuff, Connor? You can do it next
I
time.
ended it last month.
Oh yeah, shit.
And it was terrible.
Next month, it will be our 10th
anniversary
UTM podcast. Yeah, 10th anniversary. No, no, it's not. We haven't been going for that long. 10th episode. So we'll be doing something special for that. So make sure you keep your eyes open for that one.
Should
in
I
the meantime,
what we're doing?
No, because we haven't even decided what we're doing yet. But I was trying to keep that from them to make us look professional, like we have planned it out. But now you've spoiled that, so
can't believe it.
Fucking done.
Connor spoily man cast.
Yes, it's spoiled.
This is Connor cast, man.
Anyway, we'll have stuff going up on the site, upthemonitors.com. So keep your eyes peeled for those, and we'll see you next month.
Yeah, we'll be doing Redacted.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We bloody did it.
Stop.